Yeah. Is it capturing? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't want profile. Get her. So I want to do the Siri Cup for holidays because it supposedly unlocks me something. Oh, I forgot. Every time I have to rebind analog acceleration. Here we go. You cannot bind pausing. That has to be on escape, apparently. Alright, here we go. Oops. Oops. Holidays. Here you go. Time limited skin? What are you referring to? Oh yeah, here's some good music. We're doing the bronze one to begin with. We should be able to accomplish that. You probably have to beat the gold one to unlock stuff, though, I imagine. There you go, you've lost, and it will happen again. The soundtrack in this game goes so hard. I was talking about that yesterday too, but it really fucking does. Thing that unlocks? Oh, it's like more tracks that you get unlocked. There you go. Game is a bit loud. Turn it down to 10. Next challenge. I've been listening to this game's soundtrack all the time. I've been listening to it a lot lately. That's what I meant to say. I've been listening to it all the time. But yeah, this game has my favorite TrackMania soundtrack. For sure. TrackMania Wii is pretty good too, but I haven't played that one yet, so I can't comment on the soundtrack fully. God, this game is still like beautiful too, isn't it? This game is from 2006, if I remember correctly. It's almost 20 years old, and it still looks beautiful. And the bronze one was like too easy. Barely even have to try to beat the bronze medal. TrackMania Wii goes for like 15 bucks. Oh, I fucked it. Oh well, I'll try that again later. TrackMania Wii is extremely cheap. I'm probably gonna pick it up sometime soon. There are not a lot of Wii games that like cost very much, honestly. Yep. There's a bundle that released only in Europe that comes with a special TrackMania themed Wii wheel though, and I kind of really want that, but that is like considerably harder to come by. So I don't think I will be getting that, but I would really love to have that. I had an interesting I think I talked about this yesterday as well, but I had an interesting comment on my TrackMania Turbo video. It was an interesting series of comments. And they were like really dismissive of like me comparing TrackMania Turbo to the other console TrackMania games. And one of their arguments is that they were made by a different developer. And it's just like, okay. There's still console TrackMania games and they still have the same removed features as Turbo for the same reasons. I think, and like, people love the console TrackMania, like the other ones. They love the DS and Wii games. Those ones have very good reputations. But Turbo doesn't. And I was just arguing that I think that the main reason that Turbo doesn't have as good of a reputation is because it also got a PC release. And on PC, people like really expect certain features to be there in TrackMania. So I was saying that if Turbo had only been a console release, then people probably wouldn't have shat on it as much. And I was like, because look at these other ones that people liked, and they're like, oh well, a different developer made those, so they don't count. And then they were like, and TrackMania 2020 has a console version. And I was like, that's not even remotely the same thing, because TrackMania 2020 was a PC game first and then was ported to consoles. It's literally the exact opposite of Turbo. So you're gonna dismiss the other console games that people like because a different developer worked on them, and then you're going to include TrackMania 2020's console versions even though it's a completely different thing. Great work. Crow, absolutely adore TrackMania Sunrise, but I can never get it to run at all on modern PCs. Oh yeah, it's only been fixed recently to run on modern PCs. There is a fan repack for it now that works on Windows 11. Though for quite a while they've had one that works for Windows 10. The Windows 10 or Windows 11 required a new fix. Yeah, also, yeah, I brought that up in my TrackMania Turbo video. But, for some reason they double dipped on that name. Alright, I need to get back in the groove. This car always takes me a little bit of time to, reacclimate myself to. This car is, like, the closest to sim racing that there is in TrackMania. Like, this is the one you have to approach the most like driving a real car. Also, I love this song. This is one of my favorites in the game. Yeah, I'm planning a video about this one soon, too. Or I'm planning a video of this one for next month. Because I think this is my second favorite TrackMania behind Turbo. And I'm going to especially talk about how this is like the most 2000s racing game ever. The most 2000s aesthetic racing game that exists. Yeah, I also played Turbo on PS4. You know what? Here. Why is the game like continuing in the background? There it is. TrackMania Turbo. Just pursue the perfect race. Oh, does somebody said that, somebody said I should try the double driver mode in this. I would love to, but I only have one PS4 controller. So I will need another controller in order to, try that. It sounds like it would be hard. Speaking of, I've been playing Mario Kart Double Dash lately. Because it was the last Mario Kart I hadn't played. And I'm really hoping to like 100% complete it before Mario Kart World comes out. Yeah. Okay, so my problem is I'm clipping the dirt here. I'm getting a little overzealous with the turn. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm locking in. Kind of. Oh, the gold medal fucked up too, so I'm okay. I really love the track pieces and the coast environment. It's one of my favorites. Oh, overshot it. Double drivers for sickos. Oh boy, it sounds great. I'm so happy about how well the racing channel has been doing. Like I'm actually managing to like start developing a community again, and it's really nice. It was such a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. Like, I didn't realize I had so much, like, for some reason I just, for a long time, didn't, like, realize I had so much passion for racing games. But, like, I could just sit here and go on talking about them for ages. Let's look at the heavy control. Yeah, like what I said, this is, like, the closest TrackMania gets to sim racing. So, like, and sim racing is like a very different type of thing to do. Like a different skill set than arcade racing usually is. For me, like, I like sim racers as well a little bit. Like, I dabble in them just a little bit. But I usually, like, change the settings so they're a little bit less realistic. And so this is just kind of in the sweet spot of, like, how I usually set up sim racers to work for me anyway. So it's somewhat intuitive to me. There we go. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Also, I'm not planning to talk about kart racers like terribly much on the channel, but I do have at least one I want to talk about, which is Pac-Man World Rally. Because I feel like it's like the most overlooked kart racer. Like, I think that one's actually pretty good. But it doesn't have much of a reputation, so I want to try and improve that game's reputation somewhat, if I can. 'Cause, 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 Oh, Pac-Man World Alley? Yeah. It was a GameCube game. And also a PC game. And probably also a PS2, but don't quote me on that. This game's soundtrack is so good. I tend to listen to it while I'm getting ready in the morning. Which has led to me hearing this song and just, I think of putting on makeup and doing my hair. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but that has, and I feel like that might be I'm like the only person in the world who like gets ready in the morning listening to this game's soundtrack. Like there's a couple like songs in this game that I've like caught myself like humming while I'm like at the grocery store or whatever, and I'm just like, I am the only person here who has even heard this song, let alone has it stuck in their head right now. Kind of incredible. There's a lot to love out there in the world of video games. Even beyond like the mainstream. I feel like the first two TrackManias get kind of overshadowed by TrackMania United, because it had like all of the environments in one. But like there's a lot of like particular aesthetics that were like stripped out when they were brought to United, and of course all the track designs are different. It's like there's all these tracks, and like also the physics were changed somewhat. Like the Coast Guard doesn't handle quite like this in United. Yeah, Sunrise and Wii are great. I definitely gotta play. I have TrackMania Wii in my plans, so. Yeah, when I was a kid, I played the demos of original Sunrise. And then when I was a bit older, I discovered Nations Forever and United Forever, and I played those. And then when I was a senior in high school, they started releasing TrackMania 2, and I played TrackMania 2 Stadium and TrackMania 2 Valley. After I graduated high school. And then I didn't get Turbo when it first came out because I didn't have anything to play it on. And of course the PC version had mixed reviews that kind of put me off, but eventually I picked up a PS4 really late. I got it in like 2019. So that's when I finally played it. And then I've also been playing TrackMania 2020 in recent years. TrackMania 2020 is, I think, certainly the most popular game that the series has ever had. I think my favorite part of TrackMania 2020 is the underwater driving. Like, that stuff is really fun to me for some reason. And also I just really like how the water looks. It looks so nice and blue. And like pleasant. Like it looks like water when you put like blue food coloring in it, you know? It's lovely. I might do a video just about the fucking underwater driving. What did they? Oh my god, you are missing out. There is so fucking much in that game now. They brought back the cars from TrackMania Original. There's like plastic tracks. There's so fucking much. I don't even know how to explain everything. Yeah, there's so many mechanics in that game. Also, they have a thing called weekly shorts now, which is all just like user-made tracks, or they're all kind of short. And every week there's new ones, and I really like that. There's been some wild tracks in there, although they changed the rules on it, where it's supposed to be like more beginner-friendly. Which is, oh fuck. I keep forgetting that's a right turn. I keep trying to turn left. I have not played Turbo in VR. I have not had money to invest in any VR anything outside of Nintendo Labo VR, because that was like $80 instead of hundreds. I did have fun with Labo VR though. It made me want to try more elaborate VR. Sounds like a nightmare. Hey, it can't be as bad as fucking Breath of the Wild VR. It was the worst thing that Nintendo's ever made. They completely mapped the camera wrong and it's just awful. The Nintendo Labo VR stuff, like, it was good in Captain Toad and Mario Odyssey and in the VR kit itself, and that was it. They also added it to Smash Bros, but it's not 3D. So it's just you're just playing Smash Bros, but it's just like right up in your face, and it's just like, what is the point? And then in Breath of the Wild, they mapped the camera movement. Like, they didn't give it camera that makes sense for like moving your face around, and instead it's just the same camera. So like you move your head this way, and like you would expect to, like, you know, look to the left, right? To whatever's to the left of you. But instead the camera like links here. The camera like swings around over here. So and your brain could not comprehend it. And it's the worst thing. Yeah, we have 2 Xbox controllers. VR and single-digit Breath of the Wild VR at single-digit frame rate. Oh, could you imagine like Sonic VR? I've seen somebody do that as like a joke, and it was like awful. The like Speed Simulator in VR. I always forget that they're still doing stuff with Sonic Speed Simulator. We checked it out once when it was brand new, and then I haven't looked at it again. Wait, speaking of Double Driver slash, I brought up Double Dash earlier. Sasha was telling me that apparently Nintendo was really worried that people wouldn't like Double Dash. They wouldn't like the 2-driver thing in Double Dash, so they had an entire version of it with a single driver, like, made and like ready to go, just in case people hated Double Dash. That's so fucking funny to me. Like, what happened during like their like market research? Like, what happened during like playtesting? What happened with the test audiences for Double Dash that made them so worried? that they had an entire single driver version ready to go. Lonely Dash. Okay, I had a couple good runs here. I've been distracted talking today. That's what I'm gonna blame. So let me try and lock in here. Oh yeah, also I briefly mentioned this in my TrackMania Turbo video, but I've been thinking about it still. So when TrackMania United came out, there was a pre-order bonus for the German version. It was like a big bundle thing, and one of the things in the bundle was a t-shirt. It had a picture of an author medal on it. And it says in German, "Gold is for girls." I keep thinking about that stupid t-shirt. And I think about it especially because I usually just go for gold medals. So like, I guess gold is for girls. I guess you were right. Here we go. Oh, speaking of sim racers from earlier, I'd like to play the original Gran Turismo, because it's noted as being like one of the very first sim racer type racing games. And that sounds interesting to me. Alright, I'm improved by over half a second. And I've got just under 1 second left to improve. Let's see. Yeah, I'm planning to check out all of the PlayStation Ridge Racer games. I'd love to check out, so I've been looking through Nintendo 64 racing games. I'd also like to look through PlayStation racing games. And I'm looking through WiiWare racing games, so... Yeah, it is. Ruby, I've been thinking about that. Yes, I did answer your question, Biz. We have 2 Xbox controllers. Do I have one of those weird wheel and 64 controllers for those games? I do not. I do have an N64 controller though. I don't want to turn it on. Am I testing something for you? I don't think it's going to be extremely easy to set them up on a moment's notice. But later, yes, we can do that. Like, if you want me to do it, during the stream, no. But, later in the evening, sure. On the stream? Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, sure, we can do that. I think I know what you want us to do, so yeah, I think we could accomplish that. The N64 is interesting because it's a console that you definitely want the original controller for, if you can get it, because it's such a unique controller. Things don't necessarily map very well to normal controllers. When I say normal, I mean modern controllers. Oh yeah, I had a weird dream last night, a weird video game related dream. And so you know how GameCube games are coming to the Switch too? I had a dream that one of the GameCube games was a GameCube version of Splatoon 2. And I was extremely confused why they made that and included it. Specifically 2, yes, it was Splatoon 2. And they didn't like update Splatoon 2 to have like graphic increase on the Switch 2 or anything. Yeah, they had in Splatoon 2 for the GameCube. It looked kind of like Wind Waker. In terms of like the shading and that it had and everything. It was probably just because I watched a video of Wind Waker on the Switch 2 last night before I slept. So I had that fresh in my mind. But yeah, it was like, I guess it was easier for them to make a 4K version of this than Splatoon 2. I don't know, it was weird. Oh yeah, and having Wind Waker on the Switch 2 makes Wind Waker HD is so funny in hindsight because now we just have Wind Waker, but it's in HD. An official release of Wind Waker, but in HD. It's like the weird art style changes they made to Wind Waker HD and everything are like so funny in hindsight. Because that game looks amazing if you just upscale it, and that's it. Let's switch before the HD part, yeah. Oh yeah, this reminds me. So I was talking the other day about how I'm kind of tempted to get Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. Because, like, what a fucking weird thing that game is, right? Because it's the flagship game of the Switch, and also now it's going to be one of the flagship games of the Switch 2, which is 2 consoles on from the Wii U. Not only that, it's like the last game that ever released on the Wii U, essentially. Like the last first-party Nintendo game to release on the Wii U. Like, that released and there was nothing else. Like, I feel like it would just be kind of like uncanny to play it on there. Oh. I think I finally did it. Yes! There we go. Woo! Fun conversation piece to have on yourself, yeah. Let's watch that replay, yeah? And this game still looks great, doesn't it? Game's almost 20 years old, it's still so nice to look at. Boom. TrackMania has always been a big graphics series, but also like a well-optimized series. No, I believe that it looks really good on there, because like, have you ever seen the DS TrackMania games? Those games look amazing for DS games. Like they really managed to just crunch the PC version down onto a tiny handheld, basically. Also, here's my one custom car I've made in this game so far. You can tell by it says FlutterBug on the back. Oh yeah, here's the song with the screaming pig in the back on the vocals. I have the cartridge and the box. I still need to get TrackMania Turbo and a TrackMania Wii. I played TrackMania Turbo, but I borrowed it from the library years ago. So I do not own it. Whoops. I love how fucking fast the island environment is, by the way. This never gets old. It's funny, the game has both the fastest environment in the series and the slowest. Because you have island and coast in the same game. In stream? Oh, whenever you're ready. Oh. Oh yeah, another thing about Breath of the Wild on the Wii U is that you can really tell that Nintendo had completely abandoned the gamepad as a thing at that point, because the gamepad does nothing in that game. It just gives you a message saying that you could switch to playing a game on the gamepad. And it's so funny because so many of the features in that game clearly seem like they were meant to be used with the gamepad, but like at some point during development they switched to it being primarily a Switch game, and they just kind of gave up on Wii U features. Oh, you're ready? Okay, one sec, let me finish this attempt and then I will let you in. Alright, I'm gonna do a couple more tries of this track and then we'll switch over. There we go. Hello, Beth. I'm gonna try to complete a run on this track and then we'll switch over to Wario Land, okay?
Okay, that's alright.
Hooray! Here we go.
How's it fucking going?
Thanks for joining the stream.
Anytime.
I was talking to Portal Piggy in chat.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I had the chat too far away. I had never even actually read what your name was. Oops.
At the minute I'm doing a bit of sound design work and it's going really well, so you have to praise me actually.
Wow, this is so good at sound design. Good job, Missy. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about Breath of the Wild for the Wii U lately. It's so fucking funny. I think I want to pick it up before Switch 2 comes out, so I can like play the fucking Wii U version and compare it to the Switch 2 version, and it's gonna be like such a funny fucking comparison.
The Wii U looks at the Switch as like, you took Breath of the Wild from me! And the Switch is like, I don't even know you.
And the Switch 2 is like, huh? The Switch 2 doesn't fucking know anything about what's going on.
The Switch 2 is like in its cradle playing with a wad of 50s.
Ooh, that was a really slick pass right there. But how do you feel about how fast this environment is?
I think it's pretty cool. I think whoever built these roads was pretty based.
Somebody at
You took everything. You took everything from me. The Switch 2 is like, no!
Gold medal first try. How about that?
I'm proud of you. That was epic skillage.
Let's watch the replay.
That is what.
I like that the gold, silver, and bronze times are color coded. Oh, look at the blur or the depth of field going on there. I think I think it's great that we live in a time where games that are like 20 years old like still look really, really good. You know.
It is quite lovely, isn't it?
Like when I was a kid, games from 20 years ago was like the fucking Atari, you know?
Yeah.
So I like that we've reached a point where games like still hold up for a long time. This game is so lovely.
I'm glad you're playing something good after, you know, some of the recent debacles.
Yeah, the WiiWare game I played today was great too. I had a really great time with that game.
Aww.
I want to find at least one more racing game on WiiWare to play, and then I'll do like a 3-in-1 review video. Talking about like racing games on WiiWare. Oh, that's great. I'll save that replay. Island is so much fun. I will be playing more of this in the near future. Hold on, I want to check out one more thing real quick. A platform track. Ooh. We can go a little faster. There we go. This thing really turns on a dime, doesn't it?
Mm.
Okay, that wasn't extremely elegant, but I made that. Okay, that was... Okay, one more try, and then we'll do Wario Land. Thank you for putting up with my TrackMania shenanigans for a bit, but...
It's okay, my little Stompompous. He's on. No.
What do you think of the platforming tracks in the earlier TrackMania games, Biz? Like with this as an example.
think it's a funny term. I mean, they're cool. I like them.
I see. It's a funny term.
A testament to the value of throwing realism in the bin.
Okay, one more. Oops. I forgot what was going on with that part. Oops. Look at these like absurd jumps and everything. So fucking funny. Too much break. Too much macaroni. Too much cheese.
Too much late night talk shows. I'm in a weird mood today, you'll have to forgive me. I've been like nose to the grindstone for hours.
It's okay. Ruby says more macaroni.
Less macaroni! Too much macaroni!
Oh, you gotta be fucking with me right
More
now.
cheese! I fucking love that scene.
I landed directly at the fucking wall. You're gonna be kidding me, huh? I appreciate the lighting effect they do with the sun, where it's just... they just recolor the entire screen. I noticed you noticed that the other day, Bess, because you're like, is it just me or is the saturation of the game like changing? Yeah, that's how they were pulling off their sun lighting.
I appreciate the moxie. Sometimes you just gotta bullshit that stuff. Moxie is the wrong word.
The chutzpah. I don't know if there's anything in the tunnel I need to do. Like, I don't know if there's a checkpoint in there. Oh, there's a booster. That's probably important. Yeah. Alright, that's enough of that for now. I love TrackMania Sunrise. What a great game. I wanna quit. Alright, you ready for Wario Land?
Oh, you better believe I'm ready for Wario Land. Like, you have no idea.
Fifi. My funny little Fifi.
Nobody ever said I was funny. You're not allowed to fucking accuse me. What are you doing?